Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Could be your afternoon or evening, so good afternoon or good evening if that's what time of day you're watching this. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Renee. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Today's video, we are doing our weekly Get Ready With Me Wednesday, this collab that I do with my friend Kat from Florida. Hello, Kat. How are you doing? I hope you had a great week, and I can't wait to see your video. Today, we are going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette that I got in my PR box. I've used it twice, I think, and we're going to try it again today, and you guys can see how the look comes out and what I think of the palette. So, if you want to see what look I'm going to do, then stick around, because I'll be right back. Hey, thank you for sticking around. So let me just go over my base because I've done that first. Saves on time. I don't want the video to be super long. So the first thing that I used was my Fit Me concealer, and this is, I believe, in sand, 20 sand. I don't know if you can see that. And for my foundation, I used my matte poreless Fit Me Maybelline, and this is in 122 Creamy Beige. Dun, dun, dun. For my powder, I used my Tarte that I also got in my PR box. For my bronzer, I used my Too Faced. Smells like chocolate, kind of tastes like chocolate too, because when I was putting it on, it got in my mouth. To prime my face, I used my NYX Marshmallow Primer, and I actually am really loving that stuff. Yes. For my blush, I used my cheek leaders that I also got in my PR box, and there went the plastic piece, and I just used this, which is Dandelion. I think it's pretty. And for my brows, I used my Taupe Elf pencil. I've been using this the last few times, just kind of playing around with it. I don't know where that plastic piece went. Found it. All right, so let's get into, was there anything else that I did? I don't think so. Oh, I did use a little bit of this Fair Beige Photo Focus Wet n Wild to put a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes and in my T-zone and to prep my lids. So this is what Miss Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera looks like. It's gorgeous, right? Gorgeous. Comes with a little brush too. I used it a couple times. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is go in with Sales, which is this white color right here, and I'm just going to put it all over my lid. As I said, today is Get Ready With Me Wednesday. I do this and have been doing this every Wednesday with my girl Kat. I adore her so much. She's amazing. She plays bass. She just moved to Florida. Well, gosh, it's been a while now. A few months. She looks so happy down there, and I'm so very happy for her. She posts pictures of things, places that she goes and things that her and her honey do, and it's awesome to see. It really is. I love you so much, Kat. Usually, recently, I've been doing story times on my Get Ready With Me Wednesday. I think I'm going to go into, I think I'm going to use Coastline right here, and I'm going to put that in the crease. I'm going to use this bling brush right here. I used my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush to put the white down, so now I'm going to use this bling brush, and this is, I can't read the number because I'm blind without my glasses. I'm really not sure what story time to do this week. When I first moved up here to Washington, my sister had been living up here, and she was in her senior year of high school. So when I moved up here, and she had worked at the McDonald's down in Puyallup, she got me a job there. I worked there for 3.5 years when I first moved up here. We used to hang out all the time, go, to parties together, and it was good times. It was really good times. Thankful for her. Otherwise, you know, it would have been really weird moving up here and not having my sister, you know, to kind of help me. And I was already graduated from school, so it's not like I was going to be going to school and be able to meet people. You know, I mean, I'm sure I would have gotten a job and met some people eventually. But we had fun time working together. We really did. And then I can't remember how long I was up here before I met my boyfriend at the time, Charlie. I don't know, I was at a party or something, and I looked over and thought he was cute and flirted and everything, and I don't know what I was thinking. That was a bad idea. I was with him for 3.5 years. I think he had a job one time for, I don't know, a couple days. Oh, I was such a fool, such a fool. He would take my car and wouldn't come home. So I'd have to call in sick to work because I didn't have a car to get to work. When I first met him, him and his brother had split up the garage at the house that his parents had. A pretty decent sized house, but there was only so many rooms in the house. So him and his younger brother split up the garage and made rooms out there, and they had little portable heaters, and it was set up really nice. You know, they had dressers and beds, and it was cool. And so I used to stay with him all the time out there. And that was for a while. I'm just using this brush to kind of blend out the edges. There's no color on here. But his parents found out that I was staying there. And needless to say, they kind of like kicked us out. So I had to find a place. So I looked around and I found this little 1-bedroom studio apartment in Tacoma. And it was obviously cheap enough for me to be able to afford it on a McDonald's salary. So we moved in there, and I can't remember how long we lived there, but I ended up finding out that he cheated on me. And so I moved out and moved in with my mom at her apartment. And then he came over for a couple days, you know, I'm sorry, come back, I miss you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, get a job. Do something with your life and maybe I'll come back. What color do I want to use? I think I'm going to use Yacht. He must not have, you know, took it too seriously. Because after coming over, like, not even that much, like, I don't know, I want to say like 3 or 4 times he came knocking on my mom's door, and then he just stopped coming over. So it was like, all right, I guess you really don't want to be with me, you know what I mean? And then the landlords ended up, you know, kicking him out of the apartment because he didn't have a job. There was no way he was going to be able to afford it. I've had some messed up relationships. I don't know what my issue is. You know, you see a cute boy. And then I, you know, seen him years later. I seen him at my work. And I just kind of was like feeling myself that day. I was just like walking around like, you messed up, dude. You messed up big time. I always like the bad boys, though. That's my problem. Always pick the bad boys, and I don't know why. More fun? Not really. More trouble is more like it. I guess you live and you learn, right? I'm going to go in with this palm color, and I'm going to put it on this outer V and kind of into the crease a little bit and probably down underneath here as well. What are you guys thinking so far of the performance and the look? I'm so excited. I have a collab coming up and I can't wait. Sorry, that just popped into my head. But after me and Charlie split up, I lived with my mom for a little bit. And then I moved in with a girlfriend of mine, sort of. Stayed with her a little bit, and she was actually able to help me to get into an apartment where she lives. And I just got a little 1-bedroom apartment. It was really cute. I liked that little apartment. It was great for me. And I lived there for a while. And then my sister, Michelle, that's around the time that she moved up here, and she moved in and stayed with my mom. But I had fun staying single for a few years. You know, it was nice going out with my friends and just going to karaoke, and it was really good times, you know. It was nice to be able to have that time where I was single and I could go out and I could enjoy my life. And at that time I realized that I don't need anybody to take care of me. I can take care of myself. I can pay my own bills. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need a man. Would I like to have a man in my life? Of course. But I didn't need a man. Okay, how's that looking? I never, like, after everything I had gone through, I just never wanted to have to rely on anybody, because I've been in 3 main relationships in my life, and that's it. The first 2, and none of them have been that great of experiences. I'm not saying they were terrible and there wasn't good things that came out of them. They just weren't the best experiences. But through it, I have learned that I don't need to have somebody in my life. I don't need to rely on somebody. I can take care of myself. But it would be nice to have somebody who wants to share in that with me. And I get to go see Mr. Big next week. And, you know, he's one of the good guys. He really is. At least I think. You know, he's a positive person. I think my issue, I'm just using estate, using estate right here to kind of buff this out a little bit, blend it out a little bit. I haven't really been with anybody that's like, that encourages me, that, you know, pushes me to do what I love, or, you know what I mean? That doesn't, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, make fun of me. Maybe they are like, I'm just kidding, but like, sometimes there's some things in your life that you just don't want somebody like laughing at you about. You know what I mean? Like, you can joke with me about certain things, but when it comes to my photography or my YouTube channel, like, these are things that I love to do, and I don't want somebody poking fun at me about it, you know? That's how my ex-husband would be. He would probably he liked to joke like that, you know, and sometimes I didn't like it. And then he would get mad at me for being sensitive about it, but I can't help it. It's important to me, and I don't want somebody like downplaying it, even if they are joking about it. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I felt. That's how I do feel sometimes, you know. All right, what do I want to do now? I'm not sure. Looks pretty, huh? I'm liking this one. I think I'm going to use that palm, that dark brown, and I'm going to use this liner brush right here. And I'm just going to tap some on my lash line right here. I don't know if this is going to do anything for the look, but we're going to find out. I guess the moral of the story is that you should be with somebody because you truly love them and you truly want to be with them, not because of what they offer to you, as in, you know, like financial reasons or whatever. Like, me and my ex-husband were together for, I don't know, 6 or 7 months before I found out I was pregnant. And he had already asked me to marry him. And I had said yes, but we were going to wait a while to get married. And then I found out I was pregnant. And we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do, you know what I mean? Like, and I didn't want to get married just because I was pregnant. Not at all. But then one day he insisted. And I think back on it now, and I think it's because, how's that look? Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I think that maybe somebody said something to him about his son being born out of wedlock or something. I think maybe somebody said something to him and it made him want to get married, because he was like, well, let's get married. And I told him, I said, you don't have to marry me just because I'm pregnant. You know what I mean? Like, that's the last thing I want. Is I'm using my KVD cake pencil for my upper waterline. I didn't want anybody to marry me just because I was pregnant. And I told him that several times. And he was younger than me by like 6 years. And I told him, I said, you know, if you're not ready for this, we don't have to get married. Like, I was in no hurry. But I don't want my son to be born like out of wedlock or whatever, which is, at the time I was like, okay. But thinking back on it now, it was like somebody must have said something that kind of triggered him to think that way. I should have never, I mean, I'm thankful for, I don't know, it's hard to say. I don't want to sound like the last, you know, the 15 years or 14 and a half, 15 years of my life that I was with him was a waste of time. It wasn't. We had some really good times. But thinking back on it, I probably wouldn't have gotten married. I just think that it would have been better to just take the perks of not being married. You know, because then if somebody screws you over or whatever, which, I mean, nobody plans on that, but from my experience, I'm just tainted, I guess you could say. So now it's more like, I don't want to entwine my life financially with anybody after what I've been through, you know what I mean? It's just, thank God me and my ex-husband had separate bank accounts. That would have been a doozy. All right, what do you guys think? I think I'm going to use Inheritance, this yellow right here, and put it in the inner corner. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys at all. I guess I'm sore, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't necessarily I don't necessarily think that you need to be married to spend your life with somebody that you love. It's like, what's his name? Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. They've been together for years and they're not married and they have no intentions of getting married and they're very happy. So, you know, a piece of paper doesn't mean that you love somebody. It just means that you're, you know, stuck like Chuck, I guess you could say. I'm very, very not. I believe in love, I really do. I just don't know if I believe in marriage anymore. Well, I don't. I just don't. All right, I'm going to use my BFF lip liner that I got from my ColourPop Pop and Picks collection. And we're going to put that on the lips. Do I sound crotchety when I talk about this stuff? I don't mean to. If you're married and you've been married for years and you're happy, I'm jealous. I really am. Mr. Big tells me it's my hiring process. It's like a job, you know what I mean? And everybody's gonna have things that annoy you. You know what I mean? Not everybody's perfect. Everybody's gonna do. I'm gonna use my Avon Posse Pink lip. But even your best friend, you know what I mean, does things like that kind of was like, you know what I mean? Like, you fight with your siblings. I don't know, maybe there's some people out there that get along with their siblings all the time, but you know, you get in those little tiffs when you get in an argument or whatever. I'm going to use my So Juicy that I got in my Pop and Picks collection. Doesn't mean that you don't love them, but you have to find somebody, I guess, that those little things that kind of bug you a little bit aren't as big as the positive things. You know, the positive has to outweigh the negative, I guess, if that makes sense. All right, I'm going to use my Fortifying Lashes Eyelash Primer, and I'm going to put that on my lashes right now. I love that so much. I don't know if you guys can see. I'll try and zoom in on it. I really love this stuff. And I hope that I can find it again. Did any of what I said make sense, or am I just like jibber jabbering? It's very possible I'm just jibber jabbering. And hopefully you guys stuck around. I appreciate you putting up with my, you know, idiocy sometimes, or whatever. I'm going to stop right now. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and use this Urban Decay Perversion. I've been using this since I got it in my PR box. I like it. It's a little bit of a wet formula, so you want to look down when you're putting it on. What do you think? I apologize for the noise outside. You know, people are on their way to work. And that's city living on a busy road. I think I got some on my lid. Dang it. That's okay. Well, no, maybe not. It's my eyes playing tricks on me. All right, is there anything else I have to do? Lower waterline. Let's put a little bit of ColourPop Marigold in there. Such a pretty color. How's that look? All right, that's my eye look for today. Now I have to finish getting ready for work. I hope you enjoyed today's Get Ready With Me Wednesday story time, jibber jabber. I don't know what you want to call it, but you know. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I do appreciate you being here. Make sure that you go down below, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell next to it. That way you can get notified of any and all future uploads that I do. You see the thumbnail and the title. It looks like something you want to come check out. Then come on over and say hi. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up before you leave. It really means a lot to me. Helps out my channel. Lets YouTube know that you enjoy seeing my content. Go down below, leave a comment. Say hi, let me know that you stopped by. Let me know what you think of the look. Make sure that you go check out Kat. Drop a little love on her channel. She's always linked down below. I don't think the links are working in the description box, so I will try to remember to put her channel link pinned in a comment. Hopefully I can remember. But if not, Kat Blue. Just look her up on YouTube. She's amazing. I'll insert a picture so you know who you're looking for. But anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. I love you all. I hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time of day you're watching this. Take care and stay safe. I love you, Kat, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.